Because what just happened at Claressa Shields' wedding? Pure madness. Remy Ma showed up and got dragged, literally, by her own wig in front of everyone. Even the cops had something to say. One officer looked her dead in the face and said, "You like dragging people? Cool. Now it's your turn." Let's back up and walk through the full mess because this wasn't just drama. This was a soap opera, a Twitter thread, and a reality show reunion all rolled into one. It started off as a quiet wedding. Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion, was walking down the aisle, looking flawless in a $9,000 wedding gown. Flowers everywhere. The harp was playing. Guests were dressed up, sipping champagne. It was supposed to be her perfect day. But what Claressa didn't know was that someone had sent a photo of her getting ready, full glam, veil and all, to a friend, who then sent it to a cousin, who just so happened to know Remy Ma. And just like that, it was game over. Within 15 minutes, Remy was in a car, speeding toward the venue like she had something to prove. No call, no invite, just rage, heels, and an old playlist blasting "Lean Back." Let's not forget, Remy Ma and Papoose had history. Real history. 6 years of loyalty while she was locked up, love letters, public support. He even said on TV he'd wait forever for her. But forever didn't last. Papoose was now marrying Claressa, and Remy wasn't having it. Just as Claressa took her last few steps toward the altar, the doors of the church burst open. Boom! In walked Remy Ma, hair done, face beat, walking like she owned the whole building. Everyone gasped. A bridesmaid dropped her mimosa. The flower girl straight up froze. Even the harpist stopped playing mid-song. Remy didn't waste time. She walked straight down the aisle like she was about to accept an award, stopped right in front of Claressa, looked her dead in the eyes and said, "You really thought you could marry my man in a lace front? Cute. Now take that crown off." And then, snatch. Remy grabbed Claressa's wig with one hand and yanked it clean off. It flew across the room like a frisbee and hit the harpist. Silence. Nobody moved. It was like time froze. But that wasn't all. Remy then grabbed Claressa by her braids and dragged her back down the aisle, just like you'd drag a carry-on through the airport. Papoose was standing there with the ring in hand, stunned. The officiant took 2 steps back like, "I don't get paid enough for this." Claressa tried to fight back, but it's hard to throw punches when you're in heels and don't have a wig to hold on to. Someone yelled, "Call security!" But security? They were outside on a smoke break like, "Nah, we're not stepping into that." One guest tried to lighten the mood by playing music, and of all songs, they chose "Lean Back." Remy looked around and said, "Oh, y'all think this is a performance? No, this is payback." Guests were screaming. Phones were recording. TikToks were already being uploaded. One auntie shouted, "World star!" And right then, sirens. Cops pulled up with lights flashing like it was the season finale of a crime show. Claressa's bald head hit the church lawn just as the first officer stepped out. Still holding the wig like a trophy, Remy Ma stood there with her lip gloss still fresh and her face looking calm. One witness said she even asked the cop, "You want me to autograph the wig?" The officers approached slowly. One said, "Ma'am, we need to take you in." Remy replied, "Fine, just don't touch my bag or my bundles." But guess what? Someone didn't listen. As one officer tried to guide her to the car, his hand brushed the edge of her wig, and it slipped. The entire crowd went silent. One bridesmaid fainted. The best man dropped his phone. The flower girl whispered, "No," like she just watched her favorite Disney character die. And then the officer delivered the line of the year, "You like dragging people? Cool, now it's your turn." Boom. Remy, the queen of wig snatching, just got snatched herself, her own wig half off, lashes barely hanging on. She was led to the back seat of the cop car like a celebrity mugshot waiting to happen. Paparazzi lights, guests filming, one uncle yelling, "This is the best wedding I've ever been to." But wait, it gets wilder. As Remy sat in the back of the cruiser, holding her own wig in one hand and her pride in the other, Claressa came running out the church. No shoes, no wig, just fury in a ripped dress. She looked like revenge on legs. She charged at the car like she was stepping into round 13. Officers tried to stop her. One yelled, "Ma'am, this is not the UFC." But Claressa wasn't hearing it. Remy, cool as ever, cracked the window and said, "You still mad? Your man was crying for me last night." That one line sent bridesmaids into full meltdown, people screaming, phones filming, one guy yelling, "We live on TikTok and Instagram." Meanwhile, Papoose was still at the altar, completely stunned. One hand was on his forehead, the other gripping his crumpled vows. He looked like a man who just got hit by a bus made of bad decisions. You could almost hear him whisper, "This was supposed to be a classy day." But let's be honest, this whole wedding felt less like a romantic ceremony and more like the live filming of a Netflix documentary. While the police were busy trying to pull Remy Ma and Claressa Shields apart, our unofficial investigation team was already snooping around. And what they found? Whewww. Turns out, this wedding wasn't so innocent after all. According to leaked messages, Claressa and Papoose had been secretly involved for over a year. And no, it wasn't just friendly coffee dates. We're talking fancy dinners, deleted WhatsApp messages, and late-night studio sessions. Sources say their connection started at a podcast taping where Claressa was the guest, and Papoose was promoting his mixtape, Lyrical Love, No Loyalty Edition. Yes, that's the actual name. Backstage, he allegedly said, "You knock people out in the ring. I get knocked out by your vibe." Super cheesy, but clearly it worked. Now about that wedding budget. This wasn't some DIY backyard event. It was over the top. One anonymous caterer accidentally posted receipts on her Instagram story, and it had everything. A $65,000 floral arrangement shaped like a boxing ring, champagne bottles with Paparessa etched into the glass, and a harpist flown in from Italy, who, by the way, ended up using her harp as a shield when the wig snatching started. Even the DJ got $20,000 for one job. Don't play, lean back. Guess what he played? Yep. And look how that turned out. But here's the part that really blew minds. Security logs, which may or may not be real, showed that Remy Ma arrived exactly 47 minutes after the glam team's getting ready selfie was posted. That's not luck. That's scorned wife-level GPS accuracy. Now Remy was in handcuffs, but still undefeated in the comments section. While she was being booked at the police station, officers reportedly offered her a hoodie to cover her exposed braids. She declined and said, "Nah, let them see me. I did what needed to be done. Bald and bold, baby." And just like that, Twitter exploded. The hashtag #DocOrWig2WigJustice started trending worldwide. One person tweeted, "Remy pulled up like a final boss. Claressa didn't just lose a man, she lost a storyline." Another said, "I was Team Claressa, but now I'm Team Chaos." Meanwhile on TikTok, the wig snatch turned into a viral remix. People made dance challenges, slow-motion replays with anime sound effects, and even fake makeup tutorials titled, "How to Secure Your Wig If Remy Ma is in Your Zip Code." Back at the venue, the wedding was officially canceled. Guests were offered half refunds. The cake was taken by the caterer. One tipsy aunt refused to leave, saying, "If this doesn't end up on Zeus Network, I want my gift back." Behind the scenes, things got even messier. Rumors say Claressa's legal team is planning to sue the venue for emotional distress and lack of wig protection. And apparently, Remy's legal squad filed something called a dignity injunction, which basically bans Papoose from writing any sad spoken-word poetry about her during the trial. They said, "We're not stopping his music, Just the corny cows enough, but now the internet is divided. Team Remy says she did what any real one would do, and did it with flair. Team Claressa says she just wanted love, not lace shaming. Team Papoose? Let's be real, that team doesn't even exist. That man's just roaming Twitter like a confused ghost, holding an empty ring box and dodging memes. Even celebrities chimed in. Cardi B posted 3 eye emojis. Boozy said, "That's the most gangster wedding I ever heard of." Nicki Minaj liked a shady comment that read, "Imagine getting snatched at your own ceremony." Netflix even tweeted, "We'd greenlight this in a second, no script needed." And Remy? She said nothing, until late last night, when she posted a blurry photo from the back of a limo with just one caption, "Unbothered." Within 6 hours, it had over 1.5 million comments. The top one read, "Sis lost a wig, but gained the internet." Because whether she walked out bald, cuffed, or booked, Remy Ma didn't lose. She went viral. And the real battle? That's just getting started in court. The charges were serious: disrupting a private event, emotional distress, public wig exposure, and yes, assault by lace front. The judge, who sources say was secretly a fan of Remy Ma's 2005 BET Freestyle, tried to stay professional, but witnesses noticed him smirk while reading the report. The defendant forcibly removed the bride's wig, leaving the scalp exposed and causing emotional and social damage. Sitting beside her lawyer, Claressa whispered, "And my grandma saw it all." Meanwhile, Papoose looked like a sad poet no one asked for. Hoodie up, sitting alone, giving failed SoundCloud vibes. Then, 2 days after the chaos, he dropped an apology video. Picture this: him on Instagram Live, surrounded by candles, tissues, and guilt. He started with, "Peace and blessings. I just want to speak from the heart. I never meant for it to end like this. I didn't want to hurt anyone." He called both women beautiful queens and blamed being lost. But the internet wasn't buying it. Comments rolled in, "Bro, you were lost in her DMs. This ain't a Tyler Perry audition. Remy's gonna use this in court." And she did. Her legal team filed an official order, called Cease. The corny, banning Papoose from dropping any poetry, love raps, or spoken word about her until the case wraps. Her lawyer said, "This isn't about his art, it's about peace." Claressa didn't stay quiet either. The day after court, she held a full-blown press conference outside a beauty store. She wore a fresh 30-inch bust-down and held her ripped, lace front in a Ziploc bag. Her voice shook as she said, "I came here for love, not fights. I wanted a future, not scalp wounds." A reporter asked if she still had feelings for Papoose. She blinked, then said, "I have feelings, just not for him, for revenge." Boom. TikTok went wild. That line was turned into remixes, dance, challenges, and anime edits. While Claressa's revenge went viral, Remy's fans went full support mode. Free the Frontal Fighter shirts popped up on Etsy. Someone even started a GoFundMe called Bonds and Bundles for her legal fees and wig replacements. And Papoose? Word is both women cut him out of their TV deals. One's working on bundles and betrayal. The other? Scalp justice. But him? He's just a deleted contact and a cautionary tale. So now we ask, was this just heartbreak or lace front justice?